Two Greek words are the source of the word pharmacology. Logos, which is the Greek word for science, and pharmakon, which is the Greek word for drugs. The study of substances that interact with living systems through chemical processes, by binding to regulatory molecules and activating or inhibiting normal body processes, is a subfield of chemistry. These substances are chemicals that are given to a patient for toxic effects on regulatory processes and parasites that are infect the patient or for patient-specific effect. Pharmacology has been around as long as man himself. There is no doubt that early humans were aware of the medicinal or toxic properties of numerous animal and plant materials. Traditional knowledge, or empirical data that had not been critically analyzed, was the sole basis for belief in these substances' curative properties. These skills were handed down from one generation to the next. Everything that has been used since the beginning, superstition, primitive material medicine, herbal remedies, traditional magic, and witchcraft, has evolved into pharmacology. There are two main branches of pharmacology. Pharmacokinetics is the science that explains how a drug or activity moves through the body. Drug absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination are all examples of these activities. A drug's onset of action, peak concentration level, and duration of action are also topics of interest in this pharmacology subfield. Pharmacodynamics is the study of drugs' molecular, biochemical, and physiological effects, as well as their mechanism of action. Simply put, it refers to the effects that the drug has on the body. Any substance or product that, when administered to a living organism, alters biological functions is considered to be it. Any substance that is used or intended to be used to alter physiological systems or pathological states for the benefit of the recipient is considered a drug. The majority of people, practitioners and laypeople alike, use the terms drug and medicine interchangeably and frequently. But in the strictest sense, the two can mean different things and be used for different things. The following are the main drug sources. A. Plant sources. Numerous plants have been used as drugs or drug sources for centuries. Leaves, barks, fruits, roots, stems, wood, seeds, blossoms, and bulbs are among these. Plant-based drugs can be used raw or processed, prepared drugs, depending on how they are processed. Digoxin and digitoxin, from Digitalis purpurea, atropine, from Atropa belladonna, quinine, from Cinchona, tuberculare, from Chondrodendron tomentosum, and other examples. B. Sources from microorganisms. Several drugs that save lives have come from microorganisms. Penicillium makes penicillin, Streptomyces makes streptomycin, Streptomyces venezuelae makes chloramphenicol, Streptomyces venezuelae makes neomycin, Streptomyces fradiae makes bacitracin, and so on. C. Animal sources. A lot of important drugs come from animals. The majority of the time, these therapeutic substances come from the animal's body fluids, glands, or secretions. Insulin that comes from the pancreas of a cow or pig, hirudin that comes from the European medical leech, Hirudo medicinalis, heparin that comes from the Mexican medical leech, Hirudo manolensis. Drugs derived from animals can be crude, unrefined, or refined, just like plant products. D. Resources found in the ocean. Coral, sponges, fish, and marine microorganisms all produce chemicals with high biological potency that can be used to treat, prevent, or treat a variety of diseases. Curacin A powerful cytotoxic substance from the marine Cyanobacterium lingua majuscule, is a good example of such chemicals. The coral eleutherobin, Eleutherobia sp., is another example. Discodermalide from the marine sponge Discodermia dissoluta, among other things. E. Sources of minerals. Chemically pure forms of both metallic and nonmetallic minerals are useful pharmacotherapeutic agents. For instance, magnesium sulfate is used as a purgative and ferrous sulfate is used to treat iron deficiency anemia. Antibiotics for hyperacidity, peptic ulcer, and other conditions include magnesium trisilicate, aluminum hydroxide, and sodium bicarbonate. Iodine, phosphorus, and gold radioactive isotopes are increasingly being used in medicine to diagnose and treat diseases, particularly cancer. F. Semisynthetic sources. Most of the time, semisynthetic drugs are made by chemically altering natural substances to increase their potency, efficacy, or reduce side effects. The chemical structure of semisynthetic drugs is altered while maintaining the drug's natural nucleus. Heroin made from morphine, bromoscopolamine made from scopolamine, ampicillin made from penicillin, and so on are examples of semisynthetic medicines. G. Synthetic sources. Chemical synthesis, which rearranges chemical derivatives to form a new compound, is used in the production of synthetic drugs in pharmaceutical or chemical laboratories. They could be organic, inorganic, or a mix of the two. The majority of drugs used in clinical settings are currently synthesized. Sulfonamide, which was developed through the synthesis of protosyl dye, was one of the earliest synthetic drugs. Aspirin, acetaminophen, chloroquine, and others are additional examples. Recombinant insulin, the recombinant hepatitis B vaccine, and others are examples. Drug nomenclature. During the course of their development, drugs may be given multiple names. The drug's chemical name, generic name, and brand name are these names. Chemical name identifies the drug's precise chemical composition and describes how its atoms or atomic groups are arranged and positioned. The drug is referred to by its generic name in official reference works like pharmacopoeias, such as ciprofloxacin. A drug's manufacturer refers to it by its brand name. The symbol registered, which indicates that the name belongs to a specific manufacturer and that no one else can use it, is frequently followed by this name. Multiple routes, which are sometimes referred to as transitory passages, are available for the administration of drugs. Sublingual, rectal route, topical route, transdermal route, inhalational, injection route, such as subcutaneous, SC, injection, intramuscular, M. Intradermal, ID, intravenous, 4, intraarterial, YA, intrathecal, IT, intraperitoneal, IP, and intravitreal injection. Drugs have many different effects on the body. Because every drug acts by causing changes in some known physiological functions and processes. The effect that is produced by drugs can only be recognized as a change in a function or process that maintains the existence of the living organism. Some of these effects are good, while others are bad. The remedial impact is the planned physiological impact or the explanation the medication is being given.